Human behavior.
3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone to your state pre-department meeting for the 19th, 2018. Let me introduce our commissioners around the table here. First to my left, all around the table, Commissioner Mike Dressel, Executive Director Karen Sullivan, Commissioner Diane Zawadzki, Commissioner Robert Higgins, Commissioner Henry Stanton, and we have a special attorney here today. We have the Montel Frankfurt and Dennis Carter. Welcome. And we'll thank the director for Jerry on my right hand side, and myself with Jerry in his chair. Saying that, then we have an agenda, we're going to amend it. We have a new amended agenda. We have item new business. Agreement between the Interstate Regulatory and Interstate DFP, section 9.3. And that the agenda. We'll to accept the amended agenda.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Well, talking about that detail, okay? So let's start with the adoption of the board meeting for March 15th, 2015. Vote to accept minutes. Second.
Second.
Any changes, additions, deletions? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. We have, next, Mr. Russo, from the Department of Homeland to the resolution that we have here,
Right. So at the March meeting of the Easy Pass Interagency Group, the members voted to establish a new membership class in the IAG. It's called Sponsored Affiliate. And this was to address entities that are operating other electronic toll systems throughout the country that want to become interoperable with the Easy Pass group because they're offering a second protocol and are able to read Easy Pass tags and distribute a second protocol to their customers, but yet don't want to become full voting members of the Easy Pass group. So this will allow them to come in through one of the existing agencies and through their customer service center, so that we don't add any new complexity in terms of one customer service center talking to another. It'll keep us at the same level of number of customer service members that we currently have. So anyway, that necessitated an amendment to the existing operating agreement to which each member agency is a party, and so therefore this board would need to agree to adopt that resolution that was passed by the IAG board back in March. And so you have that resolution in front of you.
Just a question, do all members have to approve it, or is it like a majority?
Unanimous. Yep.
So we could be the,
You could.
it could be the consultant. What's this worth?
37 agencies. You can be the one that.
So moved.
All right, thank you.
This means that our customers will have their tolls read, or have their tags read, and can get the benefits of electronic collection at those new sponsored facilities, right?
How does that work in reverse too? Now, do we?
Well, currently, those entities are providing a dual protocol tag, a transponder, so that they can read their local protocol at their facility, and when they appear on our facilities, our protocol would be read.
We will be able to read this.
Any other questions?
So how many states do we anticipate are going to enter into this agreement?
Not sure.
Okay.
We've had at least a couple that are waiting now that are interested. And Florida's one of them. Yeah. So
Who already uses them sponsoring? They have several different tolling agencies.
yeah.
None of them have Chinese investment.
Actually, the central, the one around Orlando, I can't think of the name. Central Authority Expressway or something like that. Central Florida Expressway. They've already joined Easy Pass. They've actually joined Easy Pass over the last several months. But the SunPass system has not yet, and this would enable SunPass to become sponsored. is under Human Resources. This is an award of our occupational health services contract. We put out an RFP. I think we have about 7 or 8 companies request the RFP, 2 proposed. And the one that is being recommended is the workplace over at Westchester Medical Center. They are our current provider, and their contract will be expiring at the end of this month. So we're asking for a not to exceed amount of $45,000. This is for them to provide our annual physicals for our laborers, our random drug screenings, and also our return to work and fit for duty physicals. So we only incur the actual costs of those services, and so we're asking for not to exceed $45,000. Currently, on an existing contract for 11 months of it, we've spent about $32,000.
So,
Second.
motion? Roll call, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Bob.
All right, thank you.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Very good, yourself.
Good.
First off, Active Solar, back in June last year, the board was informed about Bridge Authority being responsible for a potential $117,000 interconnection fee with Central Hudson. You approved a payment of $29,250 as part of that fee at that time. And then also at that meeting, you gave Joe the power to enter into a power purchase agreement with Active Solar, which we did. And as part of that agreement, we are responsible for the not to exceed amount of $117,000 for the interconnection fee required by Central Hudson. Anything over that, Active Solar is responsible for. So we're asking for the board to approve up to $117,000, of which that $29,250 is part of that.
So, moved. Second.
I have no problem.
Hang on a second.
I understand the way it works, but, it's just for one bridge. And it's a bridge that has not a high revenue. So,
But
none of the bridges operate, and then talking with some of the beach bridges are the black. They had their own grid. Well, technically not, but the whole system is a system.
so you don't see us, see it coming next year, another,
And we're relying on this power grid is going to rely on the rate the entire life of the contract. So for 2 years, what we are, rate today is a lot. This has to do with the interconnection.
one push transformer.
Right, and that's part of this project.
And it will provide a certain percentage of like all of Central Hudson.
Power, not production, not transfer.
Exactly. So this is a one-time fee.
Who's the second motion?
Second.
Thank you. Good. Anything?
Finally, and supple.
The only question I would have is that the word kick the thing,
Yes. But this will be good for 20 years.
Any other questions?
And if I recall, this is the same number that you did give us a recall.
Yes.
Just a minute.
No other questions, all in favor, say aye. Next, yeah.
Skywalk lighting, as part of the Hudson River Skywalk project, DOT is constructing a roundabout at the east end of the Van Winkle Bridge, which will reconfigure the intersection there. They've asked us to prepare a resolution allowing them to remove the existing high mast lights in that area and replace them with period lighting. We will be responsible for maintaining the lights as we maintain the existing lights out there now.
So moved. Second. Questions?
So what does period lighting look like? You know, the photograph doesn't show me. Okay.
You know, the ornamental lighting that fits in the period or longer, you know, it's the.
But you don't cast
Well, nothing else the roundabouts will be appropriate. It's just.
Okay, all right.
Just like there. We'll discuss roundabouts.
No other questions, all in favor?
Aye.
American Crane Travel Rehabilitation. We've been rehabilitating the underbridge traveler system at Mid-Hudson for the last 4 years. It's a vital component of our in-house maintenance program. Along the way, we perform various rehabs to the electric motors, frequency drives, and skew sensors, to update all these to keep the underbridge unit working. We're requesting a not to exceed cost of $45,607. This is in our in-house capital budget.
So,
Second.
second.
Question, all in favor, say aye.
If I may just make that, I brought with me, as I showed before, a video of a traveler on Brooklyn Bridge, and he was interested. It takes 20 minutes to move something. I didn't know this. I come out there for filming this thing, and it's just inches long. I had to ask, what's the frequency?
What is the frequency?
It's this frequency drives, and the dog came like, what is the frequency?
I'm not exactly sure what frequency we're operating at, but,
What
The frequency drives,
all right, you got yours.
Next, Jeff.
Walked over the Hudson Construction Inspection Consultant. Early in March of this year, we shortlisted 4 consulting firms to provide cost proposals for construction inspection for the walkway steel repairs. We received 2 bids out of the 4. 2 consultants could not provide the manpower required. We'd like to approve a professional services contract to Hacks at a not to exceed cost of $298,322.
So,
Second, future, we have, comparison with the others.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, the only other bidder we did have on this was Fort Albert. They came in at a cost of $220,000, which is less. But then, as we reviewed the proposal, their resident engineer was not available. He was scheduled on another job, and they couldn't adequately supply someone of acceptable caliber to perform the job.
let's be careful, we're not talking dates here, these are proposals. So.
Yeah, right.
And questions? Roll call, all in favor, say aye. Next, Jeff.
Bearing purchase change order for the I-84 9W deck replacement project. In December, the board approved an amount of $43,000 for the procurement of seismic bearings with dynamic isolation systems. After further review, we found that they had not included, they had specifically excluded a professional engineer certification, which we want to have. In order to provide that, they've given us a proposal for $4,750 for the PE stamp. We'd like to, $4,750, I'm sorry.
We'll bring the total, he said.
Right. And then also, as part of the bearing project, there was approval for $26,258 for Strugel rubber to provide elastomeric bearings. Strugel has submitted cross backups and is requesting a change order totaling $3,300 for the steel required for the bearings as the steel prices have jumped up. As part of the DOT specifications, they allow for steel price adjustments. and what's happened is since tariffs are imminent here, it's a supply and demand thing. People are no longer going for the foreign steel. They've brought out all the plate that's available on the American side, and so the prices have been jumping up since January. At least 4 or 5 different adjustments have been made to the per ton price for steel. So that's why they're asking for this additional amount.
So we can anticipate that we're gonna see a lot more resolutions like this?
No, not necessarily. I mean,
So we can anticipate we're gonna see higher steel prices.
we do have jobs that are out there right now. The 9W job has very little steel on it. It's taking the existing beams off, cleaning them up, painting them, putting the existing beams back. There's minimal steel on that project. It's a deck replacement job mostly. The walkway over to Hudson, that has steel repairs in it. So of the $4 million contract, about $250,000 is for steel prices itself. So there's a potential that we could see some increase from that.
We're trying to build a bridge.
Right.
The bridge, we're raising it like 2 feet, the road configuration under that is changing.
Correct. Correct. I mean, right now, during construction, there's, the roadway is being staged so that eastbound is gonna move to the north and then to the south, as we go along with the construction. But when we're all done, the configuration will be the same.
But almost everything we do has some steel in it.
Yeah, right.
We've got rebars and other stuff.
Right, I'm just saying with the existing jobs now, we're not a whole lot of.
So, and the steel, we're paying, can you just explain the steel, $4,700 to get a stamp?
To get a professional engineer to certify the bearings are adequately designed
Okay.
for the
And we
earthquake.
just missed that in our review of the proposal?
Of their proposal
Yeah.
in the fine print, it said that we had made that, we had asked for that, and, but we didn't notice that they had excluded that from
Okay.
the bid. Now, this price doesn't make them more than the second lowest bidder, so it's still in the low bid.
Favor say aye.
So,
Mark, yours.
Second.
You wanna make a motion? Favor say aye. All in favor say aye. All right. Next.
all right, our first quarter accident summary report. We reviewed all the accidents, this first quarter of 2018. All the accidents were believed to be from driver error, except for snow falling from the bridges at a couple locations, which we do monitor when we know things are happening. We'll close the lane if we know ahead of time. But sometimes this happens before you know what's going to happen.
So I have a question, since you sent me that huge document about the traffic study. When you report accidents, like on the roundabouts getting off of the bridge on Route 9 on the east side, how far does that go? Which I see on those accidents all the time.
We're going to go over the traffic report later.
Okay.
We can talk about that.
What do you mean, how far you go?
Well, in terms of where we count accidents, like,
On our property.
yeah.
That's all,
Yes, we only count accidents on our property.
that's all that are in this quarterly report, are all any accidents on our property.
But the larger issue of the accident reports made with the GPI documents, are they totally our project?
The ramp coming down the line.
Well, it's not.
They're our property or not?
Yep.
So,
The ramp coming over the bridge, our property, that county line.
yeah, our ramp is the one going down to Route 9. southbound, and then the on-ramp from 9 south coming onto the Mid-Hudson Bridge is auto ramp also. The other two ramps are DOT.
So we only own half of them.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I need a picture sometime.
But it's back, very old accident, so you don't see something.
I love it.
No action reported.
Well, you know what she's gonna have for the thing that's.
Like, I'm in trouble with
Jobs in progress, Rick Van Winkle, the completion of the sidewalk project is scheduled for May. The Kingston Rock Cliff Solar project will begin in May and be completed in July. Walkway over the Hudson, we have a pre-construction meeting tomorrow for the steel repair contract. Mid-Hudson Bridge steel repairs will be completed at the beginning of May, with the cable investigation there going from June to August. Bluebird, the steel repairs should be completed by August. Catwalk flooring is on schedule for completion at the end of the year. And the 9W raising has just begun, will be going on for the next 2 years. Bear Mountain Bridge, cable investigation will be completed by May.
Move to accept the jobs in progress report.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next.
Good afternoon. First up is the investment report. There were 6 investments, all of them routine nature. They're all reflected in the investment inventory report. Currently, the maintenance reserve fund balance sits at $53.5 million. Interest income for the period went up in February. Consistent with rising rates.
Move to accept the investment report.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, next up is the Q1 2018 Accident Review Committee report. There were 65 accidents on 30 facilities in the first quarter of 2018, 62 compared to the previous year, so slightly up. The authority had 2 accidents in 2018 involving authority personnel, both of them while snow plowing. This is the same as the prior year, 2 accidents. This report is for information purposes only, no action is required by the board.
Questions? No questions, thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brett.
Yeah, just what I do today. Come to you with our annual computer replacement program for 2018. Our computers are on a 5-year replacement cycle, so we replace approximately 20% a year. This year we are looking for a total of 9 laptops and 12 desktop computers. Although it is a New York State contract, we still solicit bids. The low bidder was the Affinity Enterprise, a WP firm and OGS contract holder. Total amount of $19,621.
So.
Second.
Motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Chris,
Good afternoon, guys.
how you doing?
Good, how are you? So I have 2 items for you today. First one is we're still replacing and upgrading some of our toll equipment. This is for 5 additional lane gate assemblies. We're pretty much replaced all of them, but at this point we like to keep some in stock just to maintain the system. Cost for this purchase is $25,309, and Automatic Systems is the sole source for this equipment.
So,
Second.
Question, curious.
Sure.
What's the useful life?
So, I mean, if they're not dinged or hit or anything, you can get 10 years out of them. Yeah, most of them didn't replace, but we're coming to the end of the life cycle on a handful of them, so that's all right.
any other questions? Roll call, all in favor, say aye.
All right, thank you. So the next is, this is for our Toll Central database. We use Oracle Enterprise Database, and each year we go out for an RFQ via the New York State OGS process.
for service on it, and one responded, and that was Mythics, and it came in at the same price as it did last year for Mortal. So total is 15,760.03.
So what?
Second.
Motion.
Now, roll call, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Last one, please.
So
Come up with these names.
Mythics, we take correspondence.
Your company.
Yes.
That's how you know this.
So the last one we have is in March 2016, we approved a 3-year contract with Ted Mankovich, who's our system-wide general consultant for the toll system. That was for $50,000. The contract stipulates that we come back to the board in the event that we need an increase. At this point, we have $4,220 remaining funds, and we're going to ask for the remaining part for another $50,000, not to exceed. Ted has been part of Bridge Authority for quite a while. He assists us with maintenance of the system, emergency, and different projects for reporting. The recent toll lane gate project that we were engaged in that the board was informed on last month. Ted was a big part of creating the reporting for our staff on that. So that's what we're doing. Aaron does.
I did never understood what he did when he was here.
Very good.
Same thing. I know that the higher staff regards him. I've seen an important part of the operation.
Yes, yes, sir.
But they would never tell me what he did.
He speaks Linux, I believe. So.
Well, I know he can, but I recognize you, I don't remember, I'm sure I know. He used to live around the corner from me. I could understand him, so maybe probably, wasn't what they say, just better to say nothing and talk a fool than probably not further.
So moved.
Second.
Not to exceed.
4220 is what's remaining of the funds now. Yes, sir.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you. Joseph.
You have the executive director of country as report for our board, March 2018 traffic emergency analysis report, as well as analysis report.
Roger, make a motion to accept. Move to accept. Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I will turn over report.
Thank you. Commissioners, the monthly report is, as you can see, reporting out all of our expenditures, including our savings account balance, as well as our checking account balance. And I listed our projects, both from me and our director, Kathy. I'm going to be making a full presentation in 2 seconds. So I'm going to talk about it at that point. You don't mind?
It's the same way to show the board to what briefly earlier in the meeting about the sidewalk and the roundabout, the presentation on the roundabout. As you know, the sidewalk started basically in the sidewalk rehabilitation project for Michael. On that, the local constituencies with Omana and Cole and County put partners with them and basically just get a grant after grant and then we called out the sidewalk and that was some of the tricky signs that we have around the bridge already. And the biggest thing that we've done right now is recently was the changing out of the intersections of Route 9G and that's so people can see that. So Jeff, feel free to jump in from this out but on the left is the current this kind of crop circle symbol of an intersection. I don't know.
It's a Celtic disaster.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, it's where it comes to mind, you
Yeah.
Are all the commissioners familiar with this crazy place?
Yeah, so, and on the right is what the roundabout is proposed to look like. And its enhancements will now make the skywalk a connector truly from the Brooklyn Regional Bridge to the next up into the Olana State Park.
Can I point out two things? Yeah, thank you. So right now, it's really just a perfunctory moving of vehicles. When it becomes the roundabout, you can see how small this is in the footprint of the total area. And the enhancements in the whole area are going to be beautiful. This is all parking. Olana is up here, so this would be parking for people to go into Olana or use. All of these tan lines here are all sidewalks all around, so you can go from the bridge to Olana, up to Hudson, up to the community college. It's just a sea change of use for pedestrians, bicyclists, as well as.
And the ornamental lighting that we were discussing, period lighting, around the roundabout. There will be some, one or two more traditional modern, what we call them, overlamps. That is still there, be there to deal with more traffic, lighting issue versus keep them pretty. But that's what DOT is heavy underway here. And currently, Jeff, we maintain the intersection.
Yeah, we maintain the grass out, the wall, the grass in front of the intersection, we maintain the high mass that are out there.
That's the main, the fact that it's.
Yeah. And when the DOT did this design, they did it according to the current volume as well as planning for volume 10 years from now. So it's been designed to morph as the volume increases.
Scheduled to go out to coming May, and we're making that construction.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is, but I'm just checking, this is DOT property, DOT design, DOT construction. We have no liability, no, we have no long-term liability.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
In terms of road maintenance, beyond snowing, correct. If there is road construction that needs to be done, that will be borne by the state, not by the government.
We change blocks.
We change balls, all lines, we plow. That's it.
We now plow the entire intersection.
Now, about the modeling right now, the bridge, the down, and then, we also, we have a small turnaround right at this other end there, and then we can plow coming back.
Gotcha.
The maintenance agreement that we'll talk about later, we'll plow up into and around the roundabout and back to the bridge. We'll maintain, plow the parking lot here and snow wall and stuff.
Do we do that over there now? Use the roundabout.
Yeah.
So there's an information that was created for the public hearing and different states. The world going through the world. Okay.
So you can see on the right is Olana.
Left is the bridge.
Yes.
Yeah, we should get some trucks like that.
Yeah.
And the DOT has several versions of this video for morning rush hour, evening rush hour, based on the traffic studies where the volume of traffic is in this direction. So they can show how that back up or not back up.
Straight across the side. basically, at our June meeting, we're gonna come to you and ask you to fund historic bridges in Lawrence Valley for another 2 years. We're coming up on the end of the first 2 years of the funding, and $77,000 for each of those years. And before I talk about everything that we've done in those 2 years with that money, I'm gonna talk about how I discovered how to talk about historic bridges in Lawrence Valley, because I was given the unique privilege, and I was telling Harry about this before, I was invited to make a presentation about historic bridges in the Hudson Valley and Skywalk to the National Advisory Board for Olama at the Explorers Club in New York City. Now, that group is 36 members from world destinations in our country. So 36, Jamestown, Campbell, all of the most famous prime destinations in this country sit on this board. And they wanted me to come and talk to them about Skywalk. Well, as I was preparing to do that, and you can see these posters over here, I decided, because I was in this giant room with all these people, instead of doing a PowerPoint where they'd all be like looking in the dark one way, I did a whole poster presentation. I utilized Greg Kurt's 5 photographs of our bridges. And the reason I included our bridges is you can't tell the story about Skywalk without telling the story about historic bridges. More importantly, you can't talk about historic bridges of the Hudson Valley without telling the story about the bridge building. Let me just say, 2 hours later, when I was done telling this story and this poster presentation, they said that they had never seen or heard anything so impressive. They were enthralled. That was the word they used. Why? Because who knew that our 5 bridges were so incredibly important to American history? And who knew how important these bridges were to the vitality and the economic foundation of the entire region? They loved it. So it enabled me to prepare for you today this PowerPoint. I'd like to show you all these posters. Chairman, do you want me to just show you a few of these? These, by the way, are posters of the urban signage that's been installed on the bridge. This is Skywalk Partners. These are the projects that you've funded in the past 2 years, which we'll talk about in a minute. These are the knockouts. These are the cheat sheets for the poster presentation. All of these. Yeah, these 4, we have 1 more really. So while you're thinking between now and June about funding another 2 years of historic bridges of Hudson Valley, I'd like to just give you something to think about. Now, this is the mission that you well know. Oh, good, okay. Chris is helping you with this presentation. But before your funding, from 2012 to 2016, we were basically starting historic bridges of the Hudson Valley with a traveling museum that, as you know, I took all over the region to all the schools and libraries. I covered 48 schools, 20 libraries, and it was hugely well received by wherever it went. We have a virtual museum which is housed on our website, and in the virtual museum you can click on all of our artifacts, all of our archives, photographs, you name it. And then the other thing we did before asking for funding was, you might remember Jackie Sparacino was here for many summers and one school semester where she scanned all of our photographs and newspaper articles dating all the way back to 1925. All of those are on microfiche at Iron Mountain and cataloged. Right before we came to you in 2016 for funding, we achieved a 501c3. That basically gave us the foundation to ask for funding. In 2016, you funded $77,000. There was a list of items that you were funding. First and foremost, our director, Kathy Burke, who works 3/5 time. And I'm going to try not to gush about her. I made sure she wasn't in the room because I need to slightly gush about her. I put in this handout, which you all have with our new logo on it, a sampling of what she's doing this spring, just in the events, the classes, the tours, all of that. But while she's doing all of that teaching, she's also developed curriculum. And this was her major task, was to develop curriculum K through 12 for STEM. So science, technology, engineering, math. Let me just say, this is science for every grade. This is math for every grade. These are curriculums that can basically be handed to a teacher so they can take it into a class and they can teach it. Then, most recently, she added the arts, so now she has both STEM and STEAM curriculum. This is an example of a teacher's curriculum based on what Kathy gave her. There are literally dozens and dozens of these projects and curriculums and plans for classes and curriculums. In addition to all of that, she and with Chris's good help, they've been doing oral histories. You got to listen to the John Brooks oral history. There are quite a few more underway. Branding. It was very important for us to brand historic bridges of the Hudson Valley so it could start becoming recognizable, to sort of permeate the whole region and valley with our logo. So we went for this cobble thing that I put together years ago. And we had a new logo that was voted on by our historic bridges of the Hudson Valley board. It's got our logo, and then it's got our upcoming span of Fairmount Bridge. And this is a part of the poster we also developed. The poster right now is finished. It's ready to go out the door. There's one for each of you when you leave. It's your party favor. And the thing about this poster is it takes all of the iconic structures on one poster. It really represents the historic bridges of the Hudson Valley. This poster now is going to go out to all of the schools, all of the libraries, all of the chambers, all of the tourism bureaus. Pretty soon, you will see this poster everywhere. And it is, not only the historic bridges, it's the Nisbet bridges. All right, social media. Okay, again, with Chris's great help and Kathy's diligence, we have, in just 6 months, quadrupled our hits on our social media. And right at this point, in January, during a snowstorm, we found that we had 11,000 people reached with posting that we put up on. This is the ski jump that was at Fairmount Inn way back when. So you can see we're pushing out historic bridges in a global way.
Are you boosting any posts, or are you just putting them up?
I'm sorry?
Are you boosting any posts, or are you just putting them up?
Just
putting them
up.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our direct reach to teachers and schools now is over 100 schools, 30 libraries, hundreds and hundreds of students, 760 teachers, and of course thousands in the general public. And the Bear Mountain Bridge Museum. Okay, we're going to have one of our meetings there probably in June. I can't tell you how proud I am of this place. I hope all of you get to All of the refurbishments are complete. See Kathy teaching a class in there. It is just a phenomenal space. We are bringing in classes that fill it to the gills, there's like a waiting list. We just found out today for the master teachers that our program has become so popular and so well reviewed by master teachers to the whole organization that they're going to begin to promote our curriculum to the districts, not just the classrooms and the schools. All right. Not only do we have Kathy teaching, our great engineers, thank you, Joe, for all of your work, Joe Rockford and others. We have the engineers come and teach occasionally, talking about all the critical elements, superstructure to the high school classes. This is a senior group from Fireside Chat, I think. Joe Rockford is teaching them about cable inspection. These things are happening all the time, weekly. All right, the Mid-Hudson Bridge Museum. I've talked to you about this a little bit in the past about the whole idea of developing a museum down in this part of the structure. It actually underneath here, you come up to the 12 Loop area here. And basically, we've been partnering with Historic Bridges. We have a core committee, including NYSBA staff, a museum planner, an architect. We've all been working on preliminary design and research for an education venue unlike anything in the world. Chris is going to show us the raw space here. Have any of the commissioners, where you've been, right? Anybody else? Any of the other commissioners? All right, well, this is the raw space you come into. And this is what it's going to look like. So you'll come in, come upstairs, you'll move through the building. There's a whole education venue at the top of the stairs. Our graphic artist, this is the cable room. There's a teaching area right by the cables. You can see we'll have all of this. Our graphic artist has been meeting with Kathy to understand what she will need for a museum teaching facility, promoting bridge engineering, and accompanying STEM curriculum.
So about how many square feet is this area?
No, I had the poster in here and I just took it out. Jeff, it's like, I think it including the 12-foot area. I think the big first 3 rooms are about 2,000 square feet. And you can see there will be a larger classroom. We're going to need this because we're bursting. That's right. We're bursting at the seams of Paramount Municipal Campus, accommodating popularity around understanding the speed of curriculums that we're on.
That's right. How much vibration?
Not noticeable. Yeah, it's not noticeable.
What about in here a lot? What about parking?
We have places where we can park. We actually have a parking lot right next to the toll area. Okay, so we've also been working on interpretive signs. I showed you those two replicas there. Here they are installed. And they're available for
That's the photo.
Yeah, right here. And, you know, back for the 90th anniversary of we did interpretive signs for that day. Well, now we've finished the replicable signs. Kathy did all of the research on this, all of the editing. She has now, you can see over here, we're beginning to design the Hudson Bridge interpretive signs. She's the one who digs up the archives, the photographs, everything that basically creates the substance of these signs. The Mid-Hudson Bridge signs are actually at production now, so we'll have those installed this summer. Then we have the Kingston Rhinecliff Bridge signs, she's researching now. This is a big task because there's very little information about the Kingston Rhinecliff Bridge. Don't know why, but she's digging in all the archives all over the place and having a hard time. But she's slowly piecing it together, and finally, a new road-beating bridge signs will be last. But by the end of 2018, we'll have them all finished. We have a classroom and teaching facility at Rio Winkle Bridge. It seconds as a gallery. These are all the original drawings of John Gould. We use these to make the commemorative 50th anniversary of the Bridge Authority tiles. And we have a teaching facility there that can hold about 30 people.
What building is that?
That's in the bridge building upstairs. It used to be like the conference room. And we renovated it.
Bridge building, you mean the office building?
Yes.
The bridge office.
The bridge office, yeah, not maintenance. And Kathy's got a big class going in here the first weekend of May. Then, of course, Skywalk. You know, we've been talking about Skywalk in so many ways. Skywalk is a perfect fit for historic visions of the Hudson Valley, and that's why I was originally invited to go to the National Advisory Board for Orlana. And the reason why there's this connection between historic bridges is because we're talking about this great history of the Hudson River School, Orlana, Thomas Cole, and then of course our historic bridge. So we have worked very closely with the Skywalk partners. We're certainly an equal partner with them. And we have helped command phase 1, which was all of the design for Skywalk. Phase 2, which was constructing the bump outs. Oh, by the way, these are all our partners that we've worked with for Skywalk. Certainly Thomasville and Orlana, Parks, Transportation, 2 counties, Columbia and Walnut Health, St. Hudson, and others. Phase 2 was connecting Thomas Cole to the bridge. That's going to be done between now and next spring. And then phase 3, which is the most complicated and the one that is going to benefit the community by most, is connecting the bridge to Orlana. So you can see here in the whole Skywalk plan, the connecting Cole to the bridge to Orlana, the whole Skywalk concept become a national destination. When you all agreed to the operating agreement, one of the stipulations was that historic bridges had to have an annual event. And last fall, we started that annual event at Skywalk Arts Festival, and over 200 people attend. It was very successful, so this will be our annual event. And now, Orlana and Thomas Bull House will have simultaneous events, so it will be sort of a community event and celebration of the whole Skywalk concept. So, that's what your funding has been spent on for 2 years. And meanwhile, we've also been raising money. We've raised about $16,000 from Columbia Memorial Health as a sponsorship for the Skywalk. And then Kathy gets a fee every time she does a master teacher workshop. She gets a fee, and those are accumulating now. By the end of by the summertime, we'll have another $16,000 in the bank, and so we expect to have a balance of about $35,000. The future that I would like to consider funding for the next 2 years will include a grant writer. Now, back in that operating agreement, you earmarked $10,000 per year, so now it's $20,000 in the bank for a grant writer. Kathy and I have both taken classes in grant writing, and what we learned is that you must have a grant writer. I mean, one of the first things we learned is that grants, like 99% of the time, do not fund operating expenses. like Bear Mountain Bridge Museum. I actually recently spoke with some principals at the Harriman Foundation. They would love to receive a grant application from Historic Bridges to help fund all of the activities we do at the Bear Mountain Bridge Museum. As you may recall, the Bear Mountain Bridge was originally owned and built by the Harrimans, and they were very much attached to it, so they're thrilled at the prospect of helping us with some grant money. We need to continue finishing the historic and decorative signs, and that Hudson, Kingston, and Newburgh. We need to continue promotion and awareness throughout the region. We need to continue curriculum development and classroom instruction. We want to develop a new traveling museum for younger students to prepare for the new elementary level master teachers. We are in the midst of developing a brochure for promotion of historic bridges of Venice Valley, and it's an important partnership with the Bridge Authority, and it's ongoing and near completion. We should print this summer. We want to finalize a funding portfolio for regional and national funding prospects for the Hudson Bridge Museum. And finally, we're going to work on a competitive fundraising process where we'll designate the gates on both sides of our sidewalk, on the skywalk, as donation, contribution opportunities. We've already had one entity express interest in raise a significant amount of money to help us with our savings account. So you can see on the bottom of this proposal, you funded $77,000 and change for 2 years in a row. We no longer will need grant writing money, so I've taken that out. And then the administrative expenses have reduced by $10,000. So I'll be asking for the commissioners to consider $57,000 a year for the next 2 years. And if you have any questions, you can ask me now, or you can call me between now and June. I can meet you, I can take you around and show you these things. You can participate in one of Gabby's classes, they're amazing. Anything you want to ask me?
Any questions? Thanks for the presentation. Informative.
Thanks, Chris.
And if not, let's go back to the meeting. All business, I think, if there's just some more questions,
We have now the board adopting CCI, study report, authorized. There's a summary document. To send that to you guys, kind of like this, if you just get any questions or that. There's some considerations that we need to be clear from it. And one of the things that we're going to try to address, there's some justifications to the board regarding, it's definitely speed enforcement seems to be an issue. Some of the facilities we wanted to come to the board, there was an error in the table, at posted speed limit, program. There's actually two posted speeds, one is 25 miles per hour, one is 40. So when you see the percentile speed being almost double what the posted side is, where the study occurred, did occur with 40 miles per hour over the bridge, so that would put speeds, even though they're still excessive, but the speed limit level is twice that. So Jack would be trying to come back for risk measurements and mitigation for any other questions.
Down at Bear Mountain, there's a stop sign that's on the left side of the road in the island there. That's not, for code or anything, but, so they've recommended taking that sign down, and we believe that should be fine. We're gonna install a sign on the right-hand side of the road that
Is it in compliance?
Well, it's not a stop sign, but it shows that the left lane is left turn only and the right lane is the through lane, so.
So what do you do instead to stop traffic there so we don't collide with the
Well,
path?
with traffic law, when you gotta turn left, you have to yield to the oncoming traffic. There is a stop bar there, you know,
Yeah.
painted in the road.
I think
It's a little area. I mean, different kind
So when I drive through, it's really,
yeah, it's
it just, it just wasn't built to modern standards. It's I found it good, but I don't think it.
But it is been helpful, having this study is timely, especially, because they're supportive for DOT and for roundabout work and what we're doing and how we're working with the state. and Stuff like that, so if there's any questions.
Actually, a lot of what it said was still pretty good shape.
Yeah, so we can good job.
Yeah.
And highest priority was to exit in the east end of the roundabout.
Yep.
Even though we threw up a roundabout, this solution, nevertheless.
Is there any old business, not new business?
The Department of Transportation needs all their agreements in place before they're allowed to go out in the federal process, to put the project out to bid. So, this is quiet, we were going back and forth, fairly with our legal, and missed the closing of the agenda, but still time to go and agree with them.
Is this consistent with council?
Yes.
10A? I'm sorry, 528?
I have not seen this, I'm gonna say yes, but I would like.
Karen, and I know this has been abused over the years, originally, written into the statute. Provide funding for projects. DOT maintains on this thing.
I know that Carl Bennett is twice.
A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, even now, it's jurisdiction, like even Route 9W.
I didn't say it's a lot of.
Right, no.
Yeah.
We're